Welcome to Crystal's chat room. And today we have Faysha of Simply Lavish. She is airing on Taste on TV. How are you today?
I am very well. Thanks so much for having me on. I appreciate that. How are you?
I am doing well, and I love your show. It's
Thank
simple,
you.
it's lavish. I mean, what do you not like about that?
I mean, what can't you not like? It's everyday things. It's everyday things, and trying to make a comfortable life for yourself. So I think it has a lot to offer. I hope anyway.
It does, because you teach so many beautiful things. But tell me about where that all came from. What do you do? You are an event planner, correct?
I am an event planner. Kind of came to, well, I guess not late, but it took some trial and error, I think, as most people have with their career, to figure out what exactly they want. I started actually as an engineer and kind of, yeah, I know, I know, and then moved into education and kind of landed like, okay, well, I kind of like this, I kind of accidentally happened. Like I was at a friend's wedding and their event planner needed some help. And so for whatever reason, I was like, oh, I'll help.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I kind of like this. So that's how that happened. And so kind of moved in that direction slowly. And till I'm here.
And so is this always been something that you just kind of did, like as growing up, just kind of took on parties?
So my parents are from Jamaica. So, that's a very celebratory type of people. So our house happened to be the party house. So,
oh, wow.
We entertained, and my mom is big on presentation. So even if it's just food, it should look a certain way when it goes down to the table. So that's how we kind of got the bug, I guess, to entertain and kind of, knew how to be hosts coming from a very early age. So
yes.
Yeah, so it was kind of always ingrained that, some kind of entertaining, even we did it personally. But then I was like, oh, I can actually make some money doing this. So.
And now here you have a show called Simply Lavish. Tell us about your show.
So as I mentioned, it is a lifestyle show. And what I hope to accomplish is to show people that, these simple things that you do every day, whether it's eat or take a bath, go to sleep, it can be done in a way that is just not a task. It becomes this beautiful thing that you do for yourself and part of your self-care. So that's one of the things I hope to accomplish with the show. It's a fabulous network full of cooking and doing all those things. And, that's just, for me, not the end of it. You want to, eat well, but you also want everything around you to be beautiful. Yes. And that's what I wanted for me. And it kind of turned into me sharing that with everybody else.
And it seems like when you have beautiful things around you, that you just have a better and, nicer energy about you. You're happier in life, because
that is absolutely true. That when you create a surrounding, the world itself is difficult by itself, right? So when you're talking about your personal being, your personal space, making that as comfortable and as lavish as you dare, it kind of gives you sanctuary from things that, can otherwise stress you out.
Exactly, because you are not necessarily about doing things on a budget. It's more about doing things within whatever your space is. So whatever that is, you can be as lavish as you can afford and still be lavish, though. So what was it that you said? Because I loved it. I loved what you had said about
that I don't love the idea that somebody's quality of life is determined by a price tag, because that's not really what it's about. It's what is best for you and the best choice for you at the price that you can pay.
Yes. So
what might be a luxury for me is not a luxury for Oprah. But for me, I'm making the smartest choices I can. I'm not going the cheapest option, but I'm also looking for the best thing that I can afford.
Yes.
So whatever your level is, and what might be a luxury to someone else, I might have surpassed that. But at whatever your level, you want to go to what is the best thing for you, what is the best thing for you physically, mentally, what makes you feel good.
Yes.
And, not necessarily just automatically go for the cheapest option, especially if you're working with a budget.
I'm not necessarily a big person on, going to out to the movies or things like that. Like I don't mind doing those things, but some of those self-care things, like I like a massage and I'll spend the money on it. And someone else might be like, why are you wasting your money on a massage? And it's like I don't feel like it's
not a waste for me.
It's not a waste.
That's the other thing, is determining where you want to put that energy, where you want to put that money, and what is your value.
Yeah.
So it's subjective, but it's not necessarily tied to a price tag.
Exactly. And I love it. And it's a true statement. So you have to determine all those things for yourself, and not what someone else has decided is a luxury because it's a luxury for them.
Definitely about, creating a world for yourself that's comfortable and caring and taking those things into account. So
I love it. I love it. So today you are going to show us how to arrange flowers.
Yes. So when I decided that I was going to live the most sumptuous life that I can live, the first thing I started doing for myself every week was to buy fresh flowers. So I would come home on the subway, and there was a florist shop, and they would have these $10 bundles of tulips. And every Monday I would leave work a little early so I can buy my tulips. But it could be something as easy as grocery store flowers. So I actually bought these from the grocery stores, and it was just one of those ways that you kind of just brighten up your space. You have something fresh and beautiful in your space. And that was like the first thing I decided, okay, that's going to be a thing, to have fresh flowers in the house. So, but you don't want to just plop them into a vase, right? You just want to, you got to do a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think most of us don't want to, but we just don't know how to arrange them.
Right. And it's really, really very simple. So I have my flowers here picked up just from the grocery store. So when you're doing your grocery shopping, go by the flower department.
And they're usually, a lot of times they have them on the way out,
On the way or in. So, they're usually someplace very easily accessible. Get what suits your fancy. Of course, I had to go.
Red roses,
Red roses. And just a very simple vase. So I have my water in here already.
And so you always want to start with the water already in there?
The water is already in here. When you're cutting flowers, the best thing to do is to cut them underwater. I don't really do that. I don't worry about all that.
Oh, really? So running sink water and...
Like you could fill your sink and then cut them underneath there.
Okay.
I honestly don't do that. Like if I'm real, real life over here.
Exactly.
I don't necessarily do all that. But I do have my little handy shears. But some sharp scissors
will work as well.
The same work. And, they give you the little packet of food.
Yes.
Go ahead and put this in your water.
I picked up some flowers too. I just picked up some, and I had plopped them in. Well, my daughter, she cut them down, but we don't know how to really arrange them around here. So she put them in a vase, but I was like, you know what? I am going to do this with you.
So, and these, get you some vases in the house. Literally, you can go to the dollar store, get some simple like this.
Yes.
Something that can hold a bouquet and maybe bud vases, because sometimes you may have a single flower. So.
Oh, okay. So bud vases are the thin ones.
The thin ones that hold like maybe one or two flowers. So just to have them in the house, like this. So the trick is when you are arranging flowers, is to only have the top of the flower a third of the height of the container.
Oh.
So let me break that down. So like this container is probably about 9 inches long.
Okay.
I want my tallest flower to only be 3 inches over the top. So
12 inches.
Yeah.
Total.
So whatever it is, yeah. So that gives the right scale to the arrangement, right?
Already, you're teaching.
Already.
That was,
and it's not anything, don't necessarily feel like you need to pull out a ruler. Just
right, but at least you have an idea.
Yeah, kind of size it up to where you want to be. So I'm thinking I'm going to need to cut probably this much off.
Okay.
And so I'll back up.
Okay.
So you see, like I kind of want my tallest flower to be probably about there.
Okay.
And so you see, that's how much
Yeah, that's how much to cut off. Okay.
Yeah. And I use that as a guideline.
Okay.
To cut that. And when you're cutting, you want to cut on an angle, like 45-degree angle. And why you want to do this is because when you stick this down in there, if it's not on an angle, it'll just sit flush to the bottom of the vase, and it won't get any water.
Oh, okay.
So that's why when they say to cut it down, and if you're shy about it, just cut it short, less than you think you need, and just kind of finesse it as you go.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna cut that 45-degree angle. The other thing you want to do is remove any of the leaves that might touch or be under the water.
Oh, okay. So if it's leaves that are like under here, cut those, but leave the ones at the top. Okay.
Yeah, because those will be under the water and kind of rot a little bit, and that's also if you ever smell flower water stink.
That's I kind of just eyeball it and like hope it looks nice.
Yeah, and you just go back in. There's no real way to mess this up. Because we're not looking. They're flowers. They're supposed to kind of look organic and beautiful. And like I said, it's a nice, easy way to have something beautiful in the house all the time. Kind of even brightens your mood.
It does, because I like to keep flowers on hand, especially in the summer months. But I think it's probably even more important to keep flowers on hand in the winter months, because that's when like seasonal depression really kicks in for some people because of the dreariness.
I was really just about to talk about seasonal affective disorder.
Well, there's your entrance right into it.
Yes, so, people that, suffer from seasonal affective disorder, having like fresh plants and fresh flowers around has been shown to, help combat some of that. Doing things for yourself that, go a little bit above and beyond, which is really what my show is about, really helps combat some of that. And I know the hot word right now is self-care, and that's really what it's about. And it's just that easy. You have something fresh and beautiful for your house, and they make you feel good.
They do. I mean, I'm already smiling. I truly, truly enjoyed this. This was great.
Yes, we'll have to do this again. And again, thank you so much for having me on. It was a pleasure.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for coming. And yes, you'll have to come back and we'll have to do this again because this was enjoyable. And we had Faysha from Simply Lavish. This is Crystal's chat room. And we can find you on Taste on TV, correct?
That is correct. Simply Lavish comes on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays sometimes at 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern time. And also we can also find you on Instagram and Facebook. Absolutely. Instagram is probably the best way to check me out, is at simplylavish_TV.
Okay, great. So thank you so much, Faysha, for coming on today. You gave us so much insight into these beautiful floral arrangements. And we will see you guys next time. Bye.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.